What's up, everybody? J Heat Sports Media coming at y'all again with that fire, as always, spitting the hot topics and getting the sports conversation started. Y'all know what I'm talking about: football, basketball, and boxing. So first of all, the subject is football. One last time, want to recap the Super Bowl and start off by saying congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly, right? I did not see that coming. Although in my video, if you go watch, I said the Eagles could run away with the game and blow out Kansas City. But I picked Kansas City to win that game, no doubt about it. I thought I was going to see some things from Patrick I didn't see. And that game solidified things I've known about football, but just re-stamped it again. And one of those things is that, quite frankly, no matter how good a quarterback is, still to this day, whether it's Patrick Mahomes, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Joe Montana, no quarterback is like that on his back. And that defensive front, the front four for the Philadelphia Eagles, was on their A game. They played basically a perfect game, bringing pressure to Patrick consistently, repeatedly, over and over. They were getting through that O-line. The O-line that Andy Reid made some tweaks to as far as where guys were going to be positioned on that O-line to kind of help them improve, which it looked like that actually happened toward the end of the season into the playoffs, meant nothing to these Philadelphia Eagles front four. They were getting through there like they was knocking on the door at a family member's house and was invited in. Every time Patrick hiked that football, the wrong jersey was back there, and he was tap dancing all over the place. Now, Patrick, to give him some criticism, he didn't run enough for me. I needed him to try to pick up 5 yards here, 10 yards there like he normally does, a little bit more, and sooner. It seemed like the urgency wasn't there early on, like he was calm, too cool, like he just felt the game would come to him and eventually he'd do what he'd do. But Philadelphia maintained focus. They remembered how they had a good first half in the first Super Bowl they played against Pat and how the second half went, and they came out that second half on the same mission, maybe more mad. So that defense, because they were able to bring that front four and no pressure, no blitzes, they were able to make it where Patrick didn't have many targets. So he really was going to need to run a lot more than he did, and he didn't. He seemed like he didn't have a game plan. Andy Reid didn't have a game plan, and because of all that, kudos to the Eagles' game planning, their coaching, their staff, and Jalen Hurts, well-deserved MVP, did what he was supposed to do. Took advantage of the fact that the attention was on Saquon and Kansas City was definitely stopping Saquon. So he took it to him with the air attack and his own legs. Philadelphia played that game as perfect as you can. And like I said, they the champs. Now they take that confidence in the next season, and I totally expect them to be a problem next season. But winning back-to-back is tougher than it looks. I'm not going to jump out there and say they're going to win another one, but I get they should be the favorite going into the year. But now a target is more on their back, and that goes with the confidence they're going to have having won the Super Bowl. So we'll see how all that transpires. Obviously, health factors in. But another team to watch out for, a few teams. This win, the commanding win, it sparks a fire in a team like Washington that feels like, hey, they did that to the Chiefs too. Maybe we closer than we think. We need to make some tweaks this offseason to compete. Detroit, hey, we needed some things to change just health-wise or we'd have been there. So people are confident. And of course, Josh Allen, he's looking at it too. Same thing. Man, we were right there with Pat and they got blown out. It can be done. The giant was slain. Now, why I'm saying all that, Patrick got some big motivation. Can't wait to see what he looks like. And I don't want to hear about the refs and all that next year if the Chiefs start reeling off wins and look like a powerhouse again. because he's going to be motivated. And if the refs had a conspiracy going on, they'd have won this Super Bowl. But that's not the case. I don't want to hear they overcorrected and did this because the play, they wouldn't have cared. People been saying all season and going back to the season before about the refs. So the Eagles played a good game and they won. And now let's see what happens next year. Can't wait for an exciting 2025 football season. All right, that's all the time I got. Y'all know what it is, and you know who you're looking for. J Heat Sports Media. Remember to like, subscribe, or get at me in the comments. Find me on YouTube, Instagram, X, and TikTok.